And welcome everyone to another episode of Who's Got Clout. And in today's session, we actually have some very special guests. So normally we have one-on-ones, but today we've got an amazing group of creators that have come together under the umbrella of the Doodles Academy to bring their genius to the space. So Doodles Academy, for those that haven't come across it, brought to you by the wonderful Zach, is essentially the Y Combinator of BitClout. And so Doodles, where are you? We got you there on the screen. Fantastic. Good morning, Doodles. How you doing?
Well, I guess this should be a good time for me to unmute myself. Yeah. Hey, Mark. Thanks for having us today. Super excited for just Menajem and Gabriel. For those of you that don't know them, to get to know them, because I've had the pleasure of, this has actually gone on a lot longer than I had originally expected. So I've had the opportunity to really get to know them since the interviews, which were probably in like July, August. So yeah, we're looking at like 4 months of really, really developing relationships. And so I'm doing fantastic. And yeah, I hope that everybody else is too, because I think we'll have a pretty fun night ahead of us.
Absolutely, man. I've been looking forward to this a lot. And it's so for those that haven't seen it, because we've got a lot of fresh blood that's come onto the platform over the last few months as we've had the ebbs and flows of people coming and going on DeSo. So what's your best way? How do you describe? Oh, sorry, you there? You hearing me okay?
I'm here. I think that our chat got hacked, but
is it getting a bit hectic?
Yeah, but it looks like they left. So all right, Alex said we're good now. Awesome. Cool. Keep on going, Mark.
Awesome. So it's one of the joys of doing live on Zoom these days, right? It's the good old Zoom bombers. So I've just switched it so that the no one can turn their mics on without being invited. So when we need to bring the guests on, we'll just remind me if I haven't done it. Because it's often it's like, are you there? Are you there? It's, I got to unmute you. All right, excellent. So how would you describe to someone who's new to DeSo, to Diamond App, or to the platform, what you're doing with Doodles Academy and how that started, just to give people a bit of a background to what we're doing today?
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. And I mean, the one-liner that you gave, that would be kind of like the one-liner that encompasses it, which would be like the Y Combinator of DeSo. And for those that don't know what Y Combinator is it's a tech accelerator program for early stage startups located out in the Bay Area in the United States. Some like really noticeable companies that have gone through it from when they were like companies of just like 1 to 3 people are, you have your Coinbase, you have your Airbnb, Dropbox. I mean, it's created hundreds of billions of dollars of value, right? And I had kind of like actually my only experience with Y Combinator is they rejected me when I had applied there probably about like a decade ago. And granted, this was a decade ago and I deserved to be rejected at that time. But I've always followed it like pretty closely. And one of the incredibly unique things about DeSo and the Web3 economy that's being built out is that every creator on DeSo, if they choose to can be like their own startup. You have people that are buying their coins. The creators are providing utility. And all of us, I mean, even the biggest creators on the platform, this platform's only been existent for less than a year, and everything's, they're just starting to give out these checks from the Octane Fund, this first batch of checks, right? So everybody is, even the biggest creators on there, they're a startup. And so what I was wondering is, how could we help creators as they're getting started on there? I mean, including myself, and kind of like I was blessed like pretty early on, to where I made some like really fantastic connections and have had the opportunity to like meet some of the brightest people that I've ever met in my life, and was wondering how can I pass on that knowledge to other people. And so that's kind of where this inspiration for Doodles Academy came from. And the way that I built this cohort out, it's similar to what they do with the Y Combinator. Like that's all about network effects, right? So people that had graduated Y Combinator 10 years ago, so like your Airbnb will now be using like these newer Y Combinator companies for different types of services and really help them grow. And so in this like initial cohort of Doodles Academy, I mean, we have people that have all kinds of different backgrounds, and you'll be able to hear just from the 3 representatives that we have here today, like 3 entirely different kinds of backgrounds. And so it was my hypothesis that if we're able to get a diverse cohort, and speaking of diverse, I mean, our cohort of 10 people come from, it's 50% women, 50% men, comes from 7 different nationalities. And let me tell you, being able to coordinate 7 different time zones can be pretty challenging at times. And they all have different kinds of skill sets, and they're all very good at what they do. And so it was my hypothesis that you put these people in the same room together, have their diverse skill sets, be able to like learn from each other, and then be able to put them in the room with these other talented people that I've had the opportunity to connect with, such as like, you know, Chris Mattern, Andy Arts, Salil Sethi, Jason Devlin. I mean, all of these different leaders of DeSo, of BitCloud. If you're able to get these people all together to learn from another, you're going to be able to make the whole worth a lot more than the sum of the individual parts. And I think that we're really seeing that. I don't know how much people are going to share, but this initial cohort, I mean, everybody's accomplishing different things, and some people have some like really exciting things going on too. And so I've really enjoyed it. I'm learning stuff every day, and excited for y'all to get to know them too.
Fantastic. Zach, you right there sums it up in a beautiful drop. So, all right, fantastic. I'm thinking, what do you reckon? Should we get straight into meeting some of them and make the most of our time?
I mean, Mark, we talked about doing this. What was that, like 2 months ago? The last time I was on Cloud Forum, and so yeah, people have had the opportunity to hear me on Cloud Forum. I can talk forever, right? So yeah, let's pass it off. Let's meet the real stars of the show.
Let's do that. And Zach, Doodles. So if you want to find Zach, everyone, it's Doodles on DeSo, right? So now, Doodles, we're going to be hearing more from you anyway. You're going to be on this show more often. I'm going to make sure of that. And might even be having a little surprise interview, because someone's going to have to interview me sooner or later. So you'll get to hear a lot more from Zach.
Yeah, don't worry. You can't get rid of me.
Excellent. All right. Well, so this is the team. This is the team we've got today. We're going to be dropping into having conversation with, find out what you're all getting up to. So just a quick introduction for all of you, and then we'll go into one-on-one conversations. So not sure where it's showing up on your screens, but we've got Gabriel Di Sante, who is Toronto-based Celebrities Vogue Italia published photographer. I am reading this off the information here. But currently building 3D virtual experiences for music, TV, retail, celebrity, and NFT. So Gabrielle, we're going to bring you on a bit later, and you've got some really exciting news. You've had a lot of action going on. So I think a lot of people are very much anticipating to hear what's going to come out of that. And then we have Jessica O'Reilly. So big shout out to Jessica, who is a blogger, content creator, and social media marketer in the self-help space, working alongside New York Times bestselling author Mark Manson, who I know, Jessica, Mark is a favorite of many of us on the platform when it comes to the effects of his book. So really looking forward to hearing some of the magic of, one of the ones who are behind getting all that out there, and also what you're up to more importantly. And of course, then we have Menajem, which we'll be bringing on first. So Menajem is from Colombia and is often seen going viral on DeSo with his posts, and with a daily goal to build a 250K NFT project. And he's always hanging out with the likes of Krasenstein, Doodles, Farok, and Dylan Jaggerly, and more, and getting up to mischief with his creativity. So with that being said, what I might do, Alex, is if we can get the camera on Menajem, and we'll have a chat with him first, and just have the camera on the two of us, and then we'll bring on the others as we go. Does that sound good? And then we'll bring everyone on towards the end. Fantastic. All right, Alex, while you're doing that magic, Menajem, we're going to have to invite you to unmute. There you go.
I got it.
We've got you. Hey, good morning. Good evening. How are you today?
Good evening. How are you, Mark? Thank you for having me.
Hey, my absolute pleasure. My absolute pleasure. So are you in Colombia now?
No, I live in Miami. I was born in Colombia, as you can see. You can see the flag here.
Yeah. Respect.
Respect, yeah. No, I've been
Beautiful.
living in Miami for 10 years.
For about 10 years, yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Fantastic. So before we get into the Doodles Academy, what's your background? Where do you come from, and how did you find your way into DeSo, into BitCloud? Like what's your origin story for this superhero?
Sure. Yeah, so I mean, I was born in Colombia and, been back and forth in Miami. I lived in Argentina, also Guatemala. And what's it called? I got involved in like blockchain technology when I was in high school. That was like maybe like 7 years ago. And what's it called? My first
You're a
semester
young one.
Yeah, my young one. So I mean, I was like in the first semester, like before going to college, I went to China, and like there, like my mind opened to everything. What is technology? What is e-commerce and all that? And that's when I started seeing, like the Bitcoin science. People were speaking about Bitcoin. I was like, well, what is this? And then when I went to college, like my first semester in New York, I went to Yeshiva University. There was a friend who sat down with me. He introduced me to Ethereum. He's like, this is Ethereum. It was like when it was like, I don't know, $10. And he told me, I'm going to send you one. I want you to understand it because this is going to be the future. So I was like, okay, I'll sit down with you. I was curious. And he spoke with me about, the backend and all that. And I guess I got the aha moment because in Colombia, there's so much hyperinflation. So like, a currency that's not backed by a government, that's, but backed by math. So it sort of made sense. So I guess I got down in the rabbit hole back then when I was in college. So basically I stopped going to classes and I was basically researching Bitcoin. I started the first Bitcoin club in my university. I got the opportunity. I'm very thankful that I went to San Francisco to meet with, I went to a Bitcoin conference back in San Francisco in 2017. My initial idea was to go from New York to Seattle to meet a Bitcoin ATM company. We wanted to bring ATMs to South America and then fly to San Francisco to the conference and then go back to university. So I went with my roommate, Jaime, who's also in DeSo. I got him in, but he's not using it. Hopefully he'll be able to be back. So we went to Seattle. We had a meeting with an ATM company and they were like, we don't appreciate that you came all the way from New York to Seattle. We set the meeting on an email, but like he didn't say come. We just went there. We flew. So like, we're like downers, nice. We flew to Seattle for no reason. So, but we had another trip going to San Francisco, so we made the best of it. And there we met Ronan Kirsch, he was the founder of blockchain at Berkeley, which was the big, I think it was the first university, like Berkeley University, UC Berkeley, to introduce a blockchain course in the United States. So we met one of the founders of the curriculum. He was a student back then. And we basically got the license to distribute his course all the way in Latin America. So we translated all the course and we went to Mexico, to Colombia to teach blockchain in Spanish. So I guess that gave me a big impulse to understand the technology better. And then, there's all the backends basically to understand it conceptually and meet so many people in Latin America, because Latin America was like the best place to use blockchain technology. So we tried doing different things. We did the courses there. We did a pilot to try to put the supply chain of a coffee company. The biggest coffee company in Colombia is called Juan Valdez. So we partnered with them to basically take all the data processes into a blockchain. We wanted to test it out because I don't have a background in technology. I just understand it conceptually and I'm able to explain it. And we partnered with another company called Penta. So we used their blockchain to put the processes. So I believe this year, I left the project, but like this year they did the first pilot and you were able to trace when you buy coffee all the way where it's from the farmer. It's a really cool concept that they did.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I've been involved in blockchain a lot. And then how did I get into DeSo? Well, I was also part of Steemit, which is also another blockchain social media platform. So I sort of was familiar with the idea. And when I was playing around there, I was like, wait, why can't I invest in like soccer players? I'm a very big soccer fan. So like, I was like, it would be cool to like use the Bitcoin concept with like Neymar, Lionel Messi. And I remember it was like back in March, like I was listening to a podcast, My First Million. And then they were speaking about BitCloud. I was like, wait, this is like the idea like I wanted to do with the soccer players. Like they're explaining that you're able to invest in Elon Musk and all that. And like, I remember I was like in line trying to buy shoes, trying to find the password everywhere to try to get in. And I found it on Protocon and like, I got in and I put in some money. I was like, wait, what do I do now? So like, it's been like an amazing ride, been having a lot of fun, learning a lot. And, you know,
Yeah.
it was really great to meet Zach, you know, with the Doodles Academy. I also applied to Y Combinator a few times. I always got rejected. So I'm very happy and thankful that I got accepted to this one. And yeah,
It's been good practice.
You know, trying so many different things, you know, like I wanted to learn about NFTs. So I launched an NFT project, you know, trying to basically, how do you say this in English? You know, like, write down every single process, you know, what works, what doesn't work, you know, because I'm guessing there's a lot of people who will be getting into DeSo and they want to learn, how can I do it myself? You know, how can everybody do it? So that's basically me. I'm the guinea pig trying to understand it and trying to explain it.
Awesome. So Menajem, to me, it sounds like, you know, you're like the scout, the one that's always at the front end, exploring, trying, testing, see what works, and then weaving it all together, huh?
Right.
Fantastic. So what's been the experience like for you with Doodles Academy and working with Zach and the team, and how's that been? Oh, have we lost you? Or have you lost me? Uh-oh, I think I've frozen.
No. It's
Was that me?
I can see you, Mark.
Okay, great. You all went a little bit closed on me too. All right, looks like we've maybe lost Menajem there in the connection.
Yeah, we need to make a substitute, you know. So
yeah,
it's time for another team player go to the field.
All right. So I tell you what, while we're waiting, has he gone completely, or have we got him back on?
No, I'm back.
Just 2 seconds. There we are. Excellent.
Sorry about that.
No worries at all, man.
I got kicked off too. I don't know what happened.
I did as well.
The Cosmos is.
So it was all of us. I was like, man, I got kicked off right when Mark was like, so what's it like working with Zach? And then I got kicked off.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We sneakily got you off, Doodle, so we can get the truth.
What I said is live.
Awesome.
We're gonna see it on YouTube.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is the joy of working in the new age, right? Like we've said so often, it's like being in the Wild West, you know, coming into this new blockchain, you know, the way blockchain's working, DeSo, everything else. And part of that, you've got to be ready for glitches everywhere, right? You can't expect smooth sailing. So I think we're all experienced in that. So jumping straight in. So what I was asking, Menajem, was, you know, how has the experience been with Doodle Academy, working with Zach and the team? And yeah, you want to talk a little bit about your experience there?
Yeah, for sure. You know, like Zach said, you know, there's like a diverse group of people from all backgrounds and different skill set and from everywhere in the world. So like, you know, it's really cool to like, you know, meet the actual faces of the people that we see the posting. You know, like, you know, there's Gabriel, there's Jessica, there's Grace, you know, there's Lisa, there's so many people, and like you can learn so many things from there. And also from Zach himself, you know, like he has a lot of wisdom to share, and, you know, he knows how to network and connect with people. And he brought people like Arts, he brought people like Salil, you know, like so many people, like, you know, from the finance side to the investing side, to the tech side, to the product side, you know, like any question that we have, you know, we were able to ask, you know, there's like you know, it's a really good opportunity to learn, you know, because we were learning on the go. And, you know, there's some stuff that we know that maybe another person doesn't know. So, you know, we discussed it, and, you know, like, it's like, I guess it's more on the professional side. So like, you know, people who take stuff seriously, you know, we can have it fun, but like, you know, it's, we're trying to grow, you know, at the end of the day, this is also a business. This is also startups, and there's money involved. So, you know, we want to like learn how we can capitalize on that.
Absolutely. I mean, in the end, it's something that I've come to discover in my age as I've gone on is, you know, the networks are so important, right? It's like the essence of open source and everything is, you know, really it's about how do we share our information to create the best results, right? In the end. And at the same time, it's a business. So it's like getting that discipline and things. So I can imagine that being able to talk to some of these characters that are out there, you know, that have already done this work would be invaluable in that sense.
Oh, for sure. And, you know, like, you know, what's really cool about, you know, being on DeSo, that I guess is the best platform that you can also give, you know, like, you know, if you like somebody, you know, you can buy the NFTs, you can buy their coin, like, you know, there's sort of like a feedback loop, you know, give and take. And like, I have not seen it on Instagram. You know, the only thing I see on Instagram is getting likes and taking likes. And this platform, you know, there's like, it's amazing. Like there's so many opportunities and ideas that we cannot really imagine what it can become.
Absolutely. It's infinite potential ahead of us right now. So sure. So now let's focus on, so what is it you're working on within the Doodles Academy? What's your focus during this?
My focus, you know, like I had so many ideas. I think the idea that I applied to Doodles Academy, I'm not doing it. But like, because like I was waiting for the platform to scale, like at the beginning on July or July, I thought, we're going up. Like, so like the idea that I had, I needed a lot of users on the platform. So it wasn't viable for me to pursue it. So I had to pivot on idea. So right now, like I'm doing an NFT project, it's more, I started as a passion project, it's something that can transcend to something much bigger. So my idea is like, I saw every single NFT, some really cool pictures, some really cool art, but like every single one of them is the same. The way they introduce them, like the script is like, I don't know, a random NFT thing invaded the DeSo verse. Everybody's using the same script, or maybe sort of taking the same pictures, and instead of like, chickens, there's like this, and that, it's really, really cool. And it's really good art. So, but like my idea was like how we can transcend it. How can we make it different? Right. So like, I'm really good at writing stories. I've been telling stories all my life. And like, for me, like I like business, but like stories is my marketing. That's how I'm able to get people, interested in an idea or anything. So I said, okay, I'm good at stories. What if I write a story for every single NFT that I make? And, I used to like to doodle, like draw doodles on my notebook. My teacher didn't like it. He used to take it away, rip it out because.
Yeah.
So my idea was like, what if there's thousands of people like me, or maybe millions of people who used to like to doodle on their notebook. So this NFT project is sort of bringing like, that childlike into your life, like sort of you able to connect with the NFT, because at the end of the day, like, why do people make a choice of buying this NFT instead of that NFT? There has to be some emotional attachment that they have. So, the project is called Doodle Sapiens. I wanted to call it Doodles, and I guess Sapiens was the next part of it. They're thinking about it. So
was that Doodle Sapiens,
Doodle
like Homo sapiens, but Doodle Sapiens?
Like Homo sapiens. So Doodles, I think.
No, so it's like they come alive from the doodles. I like it, man.
Exactly.
And Menajem, I think one of the things that gets me excited about this is because I'm really big on storytelling and think going into the future, like I'm going to be helping with the education of my boy going into high school and the rest. And something I've discovered is like, if you tell it in story or create a kind of story, they absorb it so much quicker, right? And I think storytelling is going to be a key to our future here. So that's awesome. You're bringing that into NFTs. Fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. And
So,
like it's the stories that I'm bringing, they're very short, but like they're inspiring. Like I guess from the struggles, and not only from me, from the struggles, and like some of them stories are happy, some of them are sad, because like it gets people to get to know, like we're not in this world, like everybody has a different struggle, and I guess stories helps people, overcome something that they're dealing with. So it's basically trying to inspire people with the NFT concept, which is really cool. So I'm trying to combine them both.
Yeah, awesome. Fantastic. So just being aware, I'm sitting here going, I could have a whole episode with each and every one of you, and maybe we're going to have to do that in the next season. But in this part here, so just quickly, where are you in your kind of roadmap with what you're doing? Is this something people can get involved in now? Is it something they've got to keep an eye out for? Or what's it looking like the near future for you?
So right now, I launched this project a month ago. I'm trying to see the demand. Again, like I cannot really, there's not enough sample size to determine if this project, it's a big hit or not. I'm still going to be doing it, pursuing it to be, when the masses come, to see if there's people who like the stories behind the NFT. It's my thesis. I may be right, I might be wrong, I don't know. So I'm just gonna keep posting 1 or 2 NFT stories a week. There's my doodle and the story behind it. Once or twice a week, I'm gonna launch the NFTs. And I guess my goal, as I wrote on the bio, my goal is to bring it to 250K in market cap, something like that. I want it to be ambitious, so to see if this thing works. So we'll see what happens. I'm just waiting for the masses to come and see if this project is worth taking it to the next level, because I can make services of this. If people are interested in stories behind NFTs, I can create a storytelling agency. I can create social media accounts. For example, there's a Twitter account. It's called CryptoPunk6537, something like that. He has 100,000 followers on Twitter. And for me, like my thesis also involves like, like some of the biggest things that people set aside NFTs is the rarity, like this, how do you say in English? Rarity.
Rarity.
Yeah, the rarity, right? So that's how people distinguish NFTs. So like for me, that's only for insiders, but like stories is able to make people excited about NFT to outsiders. So my idea, like, with the CryptoPunk 65 through 37, for me, that's the most valuable CryptoPunk. So I guess, create like, social media accounts for NFTs. Maybe Spookies 137 has a social media account with 50,000 followers and it becomes the most popular and most valuable NFT. So that's a service I've been thinking of doing. Obviously, you have to wait to see if the demand is there for that to take it to the next level. So
fantastic, man. That's exciting, man. That's really exciting. And so for everyone watching this, please do get behind these guys. They're all doing amazing things. But so with Menajem here, with Doodle Sapiens, check out the profile. I think that's one of the issues at the moment is discovery, right? Like I hadn't seen it myself either. So now I'm going to go check that out and I'll make sure to repost it and have some fun with it. So
thank you.
All right, Menajem, thank you so much for sharing all of this, man. It's exciting. And please do stick around. We'll keep you here and get some fun questions in at the end as well. And again, thank you so much and well done. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you for pronouncing my name good.
I'm glad you gave me the rundown when we started. I spent enough time in South America and the rest to have to kind of work that one out.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. See you, man. Take care. Oh, what am I saying? See you. Take care. I'll see you at the end. All right. Well, I tell you what, how about Jessica? You up for coming up next? Yeah, awesome. So I've just unmuted you there. Alex, you're right to switch those cameras around, superstar. Look at that. Working before I can even say it. How you doing, Jessica? Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
So to start with, comfort is, what was it? Comfort is for wimps. That's a fantastic title. Fantastic. So before we go into all of that and what you're doing, where exactly are you in the world? Where are you based?
I'm in Sydney, Australia.
Oh, you're over in Sydney. I thought I recognized that accent.
Yeah, and I thought we're also wearing the same thing, just an Australian thing we must do.
Right, the open shirt and the exactly. Yeah. No, it's fine. I'm Perth, West Australia, so on the other side.
Okay.
Nice. Awesome. So, all right. So now going in a similar kind of format, what's your background? Like we gave a little bit of a idea for people, but just from you, what's your background that led you to DeSo and how did you discover and get into this position?
Well, I am a social media manager and content creator for Mark Manson, who is the New York Times bestselling author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And Comfort is Wimps is my personal brand, and I've been blogging since 2014 about doing things outside your comfort zone, which kind of started as just a fun way to write, but ended as me being very much into self-help. And so I've been working with Mark for 2 years, running his social media accounts, and he was actually the one that got the small team that works for him into BitClout at the time, DeSo, because I don't know how he heard about it. I think someone emailed him and then he told us about it. He joined and he was like, and he's very much into crypto. I'm very much fresh blood in terms of crypto tech, NFTs, technology. I've just been like a creator of content for many years, but Mark and the team and my partner and my friends have really, just in the last 12 months, have really got me into the crypto space. And so as a social media manager, I'm pretty knowledgeable about Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Yeah. So but I feel like I missed the boat a bit with those platforms in the early days. I liked social media, but I didn't really see the business opportunity. And so when I heard about BitClout, I saw reasons, like very good reasons to get in early and get my head around it. One, because I missed the boat early. Two, I work in social media and it can benefit my Comfort is Wimps journey because I plan to write a book. And I thought as a creator, it would be a really interesting space to explore ways to promote and market that. But then also just being knowledgeable about it for my job with Mark, because he's a huge creator, many followers. He runs his own DeSo account. I don't have a lot to do with that because we're all just getting to know it.
I'm sure that would have been one of the questions everyone wanted to ask you.
Yes. So it's separate. It's separate. But everything else, I content create. I take his website content and help him transform it into social media friendly posts.
Fantastic. And I got to say, Jessica, like I have an absolute newfound respect for the work that you do. You know, with Cloutform, Alex and I have been, you know, chugging along to get things out and just really seeing how much of an art form it really is. You know, to be a content creator, it's not just record a video, right? It's a bit of experience.
Yeah, it's huge. And I do the content creation and the scheduling, planning, social media. Like it's a very small team, so we do a lot of things, and it's you have to pump. The content business is a lot of work, but rewarding.
Yeah. No, I could imagine. And I'd say, you know, work with someone like Mark Manson. I mean, his books were so refreshing, his work, his approach to things. And I can see why you resonate with him and found yourself working in that world as well with, you know, Comfort is for Wimps, you know, that way of, you know, it's like, yeah, you can feel the victim or you can get up, brush your shoulders off and do something about it. Right. And it's inspiring to see.
Yeah. Thank you.
So when we come now bringing it back to the Doodles Academy. So how did you find yourself in the Doodles Academy and how have you found the experience so far?
I was quite active on BitClout early on when I found it. So I was just, you know, looking around, following different people, and it's just, I think Doodles just popped up in my news feed, and I heard about the Academy, looked into it, reached out to him and got involved. I thought it would be a good opportunity because, as you can see, like there's a hugely diverse group of people in the cohort. Menajem has been all over the crypto blockchain space for a long time, whereas I'm a newbie. And I was like, I asked Doodles like explicitly, is this okay? Like I'm really a learner here. And he's like, yes, that's what we need. I want like a group of people who can learn off each other with different strengths and weaknesses, and so that's been great. So I feel like I'm quite passive compared to other members of the cohort because they are actively, you know, doing things with NFTs and have a broader understanding of the technology than myself. But it's, from my perspective, for anyone interested in doing the Academy and is like me, it's still a great place to learn from other people. The value it adds is, even if you feel like you're not giving as much, you are still getting a lot, and hopefully the other guys feel like they've got something from me as well. So I feel like it's been it's a really good. I love the concept of the Academy.
That's really awesome. And you know, I could imagine, as you've said, coming in fresh into blockchain and really, you know, wanting to catch on. You've been surrounded by some of the most amazing minds of the platform coming together, and to have them, you know, be able to reach out and have that little, you know, mastermind group where you can get it would be amazing. But I got to say, Jessica, I'm pretty sure that you are incredibly valuable to them, because from my perspective, if I was in that Academy round with you, I would be stoked, because the idea of being able to, one thing is blockchain, that's the tech that runs it. But if you can't create good content and know how to run it properly on top, it's all kind of pointless. So it's really awesome to see, you know, you are bringing something that I think is, I mean, I can't speak for these guys, but it's, you know, I'm glad you're in there.
I'll take that.
Awesome. So what's your focus in the Academy? What are you focusing on at the moment with your offerings?
It's mainly around Comfort is for Wimps. I realized as we got more into the Academy that it was better for me to kind of sit back and learn a lot more before I tried to strategize a marketing approach. But it's essentially about marketing my Comfort is for Wimps brand, it started as a blog about doing things outside my comfort zone. I was doing things like naked yoga, anything that I thought I don't want to do it, I would sign up and do it and then write about it. And so so it was like naked yoga. I went to Afghanistan. I went to something called a cuddle party where you
Cuddle party, yeah.
stuff. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I'm a reformed hippie myself, so I've been amongst it all.
Right, I see. And I'm not a very affectionate person, so it was an event for affection-starved people who just don't touch each other. Anyway, I did stuff like that, and it has eventually, just grown into a bit more from the psychological perspective of how of personal growth by doing things that scare you outside your comfort zone. And I'm writing a book in the background. Writing a book is a massive job, man. It's no walk in the park. So I'm doing that, in the background of working my full-time job with Mark. I'm learning Spanish. Not really to do with anything, but like I have life. Because my Menajem, my novio is from Colombia. So I'm just sitting in the background, and then my approach to BitClout will be DeSo will be to market my book in a new way. I want to find a new way to do marketing for a book once I have it. And I appreciate you need to build an audience early on before you launch a book for it to be even mildly successful. So I want to use the platform as well as other social media platforms to grow an audience. But I am just taking my time, just learning from everybody else.
Yeah, awesome. I think even in one of our other sessions, Alex Roken, co-host here, was saying, it's we were talking about, how we choose to influence the world with the wisdom we get. And he was making a really good point that sometimes, maybe hold that for a little bit until it's ready, instead of just rushing out to tell everyone everything, right? And so it sounds like you're on some pretty wise steps there. And so I'm stoked that you're here, and I'm stoked with what you're offering, because it's something I'm a big advocate for, is growth really happens on that cutting edge, right? And we're in this Wild West, like we said. And I think that so many, especially in DeSo, that are coming onto this platform, they're really stretching and trying to get used to a whole new world. And having resources like, your stories and what you're sharing, I think would be really inspiring and fantastic. So I'm super grateful that you're here. So is there anything coming up or anything that you wanted to let people know? Otherwise, we just let them know to follow you on DeSo?
Yeah, well, no, there's nothing coming up. But yes, if you would like to follow me on DeSo. And I also really appreciate the networking of DeSo, of it being such a small groups so early, and meeting Doodles, Zach, and the people that he's introduced us to. That is so invaluable. And so nothing coming up, but I would like people to follow and to network. I would like to meet some more people. If anyone would like to reach out and chat, that would be awesome. That would be amazing.
That's fantastic. And I highly recommend. I'm going to be following. And Jessica, I'm surprised that I haven't come across you on the platform. And this is like we're talking about with Menajem and with everything else that's going on. Discovery can be challenging because there's so much happening, so much gold. But and so it's really, this is what here at Cloutforum, what we're trying to do is get this exposure, get network, and get people to be able to see you and hear you guys and sharing what you're sharing. Because I'm super excited to follow you now and to be in conversation. And so if ever you want to come back on the podcast, you know that you're always welcome, and we'd love to help you wherever we can. So stay in touch there.
Thanks so much, Mark. I really appreciate what you guys are doing as well. Yeah, at Cloutforum.
Thank you.
Cloutforum, it's great.
Means a lot. It means a lot. So thank you so much. Please do stick around to if you can with the time frame. So if anyone has to jump, we understand. We are going a bit over time today, but we want to just make sure we get the best out of you guys. And so please stick around if you can, and we'll ask a few more fun questions towards the end. And thank you so much for sharing everything so far. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Ciao. So that leaves us the Gabriel Di Sante. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Oh, we got to unmute him. Here we go.
Can you hear me?
We've got you, Mr. GDS from the platform. How are you today, my friend?
All good, my friend. And you, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
Yo, see? Man, you called me out. Okay. I'm trying to sound like I can speak Spanish here. Yo hablo un poco español. That's about as far as it goes. I can get by in Cusco.
Yeah, exactly. Everything you need.
That's it. So Gabriel, my friend, tell me now, we've been seeing a fair bit of you around the platform. I have been seeing your posts turning up around the place. And it's been especially something I've been interested in with virtual reality. Since I first came on the platform, I have been super keen to see how we can start, using this in that world. So before we get into the Doodles Academy, etc., let's start from the start. So where are you right now, Gabriel? Where are you based in the world?
I live in Toronto. I'm from Venezuela, but I moved to Toronto 7 years ago.
Toronto up in Canada. They say it's the Australia of the North.
Yeah, beautiful country. Everything I have is just because of Canada. And yeah, I'm super happy to be here, to be honest.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So from Venezuela, you say the last 7 years you're in Toronto in Canada.
Yeah.
And so what's your background? What brought you to DeSo, to BitClout in the beginning?
So I was full-time celebrity photographer. So I did LeBron James, Daniel Radcliffe, Sean Paul, many artists and celebrities. And I also do fashion. So I shot for Vogue Italy. I do corporate, all kind of photos in the photography industry. But I also love crypto, NFTs, since ever. When Bitcoin was $20 kind of stuff. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, a good time.
You didn't buy 100 by any chance, did you?
No, because at that time I was in Venezuela, so we don't have we cannot even use US dollars. So I was our country, how can I use that digital coin? I won't leave Venezuela because we're in a good country, so I didn't expect to leave to Canada where you can use these type of things. So I was okay, let's go to Amazon, and I spent the $2,000 that I had just in clothing and stuff like that, instead of buying the Bitcoin at $30. So that's
we don't want to spend too much time thinking about that one, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But then when I came to Canada, I started learning more about crypto, stocks, and then I came across to the NFTs. So I always love technology, cameras, computers and stuff like that. So I'm really curious. I'm always I'm waking up at 3 a.m. just to see news. She's what's wrong with you? What are you doing at 3 a.m.? And I'm oh no, I'm looking a new project. I'm looking information cryptos, metaverse. So then one night I came across to something called BitClout, as the decentralized social media platform, something like that. And I was okay, that sounds interesting. I need to check that because I have been using social media for the past 17 years as a business tool. And then, using just Instagram and Twitter, I don't even use Facebook. So I'm okay, I'm getting 98% of my clients through Instagram. But what happens if Instagram goes down? I lost all my clients because I don't have any backup and everyone is getting from Instagram. So I was okay, let me take a look and see how I can, use this and how the utility. Of course, I saw multiple videos this is a scam and whatever, all that, because when something is new and you don't know about it, it's always a scam. So I was
always a scam.
Yeah, so I didn't put any money out of my pocket. At that time, you got $14, something like that, I don't know. So I was okay, let me see how this works. And then in less than 24 hours, my coin price was $100. And I was this is crazy. I'm getting all these people, Doodles, one of them, investing. And I was my first day on the platform. So I was okay, this is really interesting. Let me see how I can now start monetizing out of this and bringing my services into the platform and use the platform as a business tool, the same thing that I do with the other social media platform that I use. So yeah, and then I met Doodles and we kind of built that relationship. I started building the galleries with at that time Club Exhibition. I don't know if you remember that group of artists that we were super undervalued, nobody was paying attention. We did the gallery exhibition, the first one, and nobody even went there. So that was crazy. Yeah. And then, with the time, I was like, I think I can escalate this, I can bring value, I can keep, pushing with my project because I believe in the platform and in what I have to offer in terms of value. So I'm like, it's just like, you're starting, right? It's like when you build a company, you cannot expect to make profit the first year because it won't happen. It can happen the first 2 years, you're going to struggle. So it's everything, you need to be passionate and do it and keep doing. And then I came across to the Doodles Academy and I was like, wow, okay, this is amazing, because at that time, like, I was more focused on the credit side, and the business side of the project was like, without, like, I wasn't paying too much attention. So then when I found Doodles Academy, I was like, perfect, this is what I need, because we are going to work in what I need to improve, which is the business side. Of course, I have, but I wasn't like too focused on how I will apply that into the DeSo, because I was figuring out the product themselves and the service that I was going to build with my project, and what is going to bring in terms of value to the platform. And then when I got that, I applied for the Doodles Academy, and I got that email from Doodles. And yeah, since then it's just amazing. Like, actually, when I was I applied for the Octane Fund, right? So I was like, I saw the publication, but it said like developer, and I'm like, if we can say that I'm not a developer, but I'm developing stuff like with the gallery somehow. I was like, okay, I don't building nodes and nothing like that, but I will apply because I kind of think that this can really bring value. So I applied, and then I saw the post from Alex, like, yeah, people who apply should be getting like emails or DMs. So I was like checking my email, and I didn't get anything. So I sent a DM to Alex. Hey, Alex, nice meeting you. This is my project. I applied, but I don't know if that enters into the category because it's like this, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, what are you talking about? You're one of the projects that we're going to interview like tomorrow. And I was like, so I sent a message to Doodles like, bro, I just got this email. I wasn't expecting this at all, to be honest. I kind of knew that I could get it, but I was like, okay, whatever, I won't get it. And then I was like, okay, we need to have a Zoom call right now because I need to prepare for tomorrow, like 10 a.m. And that was like 8 p.m. the day before. And my wife, she's like, are you crazy? We need to do like a catalog. We need to build something that is going to take me like at least 10 days. And you're telling me that we need to have that ready for tomorrow morning. And I wasn't expecting this. But yeah, like going back to the Doodles Academy, look all the people that we have there, like Jessica, Menajem, and the other guys, like, it's just incredible. And what you can get when you bring like people together that they have the same goal, it's like priceless, like, to be honest. You learn from them from all aspects, like a personal, as a human being, as professional, entrepreneur. So I think it's like this project that Doodles or Zach is building is like something that can change like someone's life, like literally. So
that's
yeah,
awesome, man.
Part of this.
That's fantastic. And it's evident just from talking to the three of you, the power of this and what's coming in, and hearing like, the caliber of creativity that each of you are bringing in from different places, and that's absolutely very valuable. Yeah. Now, Gabriel, I think everyone's going to want to ask the question, and because you had a very special meeting today, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So what can you tell us about this meeting that you had? And what can you share?
Oh man, like, to be honest, it was a nice meeting. Like, we had like another Alex. I had the previous meeting with Alex, which was amazing, super cool guy. Like, to be honest, like, just amazing. Like, the work they're doing is like, they're like working really hard. So I really appreciate that, because now with you can see the support, like, they want to help, they're trying to do whatever they can, but it's not easy, right? When you're handling all this type of thing is like something sometimes we need to like step in the other shoes, side of the version and say, like, hey, look, all the work that this implies, right? It's not just like, okay, just like quick and everything is going to be built, right? So that first meeting was amazing. And then today with Nader, we talk a lot about the project, like the utility. They have like super amazing news that I can't share, but I just can tell that this month is going to be wild. Like, to be honest, with what is going on, is like, man, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, I'm super excited.
This month.
Yeah,
December.
Yeah, this month. Yeah, well, I can say more, but it will be huge. It will be something amazing for the platform. More people is going to get help, and yeah, a lot of things are going to be changed, which I think is amazing to start. And yeah, I'm super excited. Like, I can't wait to see what is going on. And yeah,
that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, that in the end is really the essence we're looking for, is that little trail, that little bit of like something's coming. It's going to keep us in anticipation.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. Like, no doubt. Like, after this meeting, I mean, I already knew, like, as I say, since I came to the platform, I believe in the platform. I saw the potential. That's why, even though, we were ignored, we were like working like all those hours and nobody showed up, I was like, I know, it's part of the process, right? So
yeah,
now,
absolutely.
So yeah, that's kind of like, the real.
Beautiful.
Like,
and Gabriel, I think you just really put the pin in something that is so important to all the new creators, all creators, not just the new ones out there that are coming in on DeSo, right? Is that, we got to let go of this idea that we come in and have instant success, like that's how could that possibly even happen, right? Whereas when you stick it out and you feel, it's a bit like, comfort for wimps, right, Jessica? It's like, it gets uncomfortable, when you're sitting there putting your most precious offerings that you think should be, get a bit of traction, and then no one even follows. You get like 3 hearts or something, right? And it's like, because we forget there's like 3,000 daily active users that pretty much 80% are doing something themselves, building, etc. It's almost, and I've used this analogy a million times. It's like turning up to a festival and then expecting all the other stall holders to come and check out your stall. It's like, we got to wait till the actual guests come, and they're on their way. And hopefully that's what you're hinting towards, Gabriel.
No, absolutely. That's another thing, the expectations. Like, I mean, you cannot pretend to go to anywhere and then next day sell $1 million NFT project, right? You need to like work, you need to build community, which is important, because you can have like the best project, the best tools, but if you don't do these type of things where you can network it with people, where you can meet people, like, I mean, I went to the New York cloud giving party, so where I met with Eric and Cyrus and other people from the platform that you're talking to them daily, and you're trying to get potential investment from there, but they need to know you. You need to build that relationship with that, person of business. And then it's like when you meet someone, you want to marry him or her next day. You need to go on a date, and then you need to, like build that relationship, and then you get married with them.
Well, that's a healthy way of doing it. Can't say that's how my son came about, but
Exactly.
All right, awesome, Gabriel. Hey, so Gabriel, last question before we jump into the next segment and bring us towards a landing. What now, with all this excitement and news, you've got the support from the team. It's a pretty amazing position that you're in. You're one of the ones on the cutting edge here. What's your plans for the near future? What can people expect, and how can people get more engaged?
Well, yeah, with this project, like, I'm super excited because I'm going to build from like jobs opportunities. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to build like a metaverse space where we can engage with people in a different way, where we can actually bring the real world, the physical one, with the galleries, which are like physical real spaces, into this metaverse, that now people will be reaching that store or that gallery from all around the world. And you're actually bringing the real world into that virtual one. Because the other things, like they are virtually built. So you can know, like in the real life, go there. But like, let's say one of the galleries is the Vanderbilt building. If you go to New York, you will be able to go to the Vanderbilt building. So now we're migrating the physical life, if we can say that, into a virtual one, but keeping the same store or the same like property or the same experience that you have in the real life, but in the metaverse.
Fantastic.
So this more engaged and more like, you know, because when you use 2D flat website, it's boring. Like if you go to OpenSea, it's a 2D flat website that you can scroll down and up and that's it and pay. But now imagine if you can walk inside the MoMA and see NFTs and you're actually walking inside the MoMA museum. So you're flying virtually to New York without even leaving your house. So that's another experience that as a customer we're looking for. It's more about the experience than the product itself. Of course, you need to deliver quality, but also the most important now for me, and for my business, I sell more than photos or services, the experience. So that is why, you know, people will want to work with you again, because the experience they're getting.
Absolutely. Gabriel, that, you know, like I was saying with Menajem around the stories being so important in what's coming next, you know, I think this ties directly into this concept that people want experience now. You know, it's like everything else, there's dime a dozen. And, you know, already I've seen a little bit of your work. I haven't had a chance to drop in more. So I'm looking forward to dive deep into everything you're doing. But I can imagine like an NFT goes from being this, it's a scan, it's a digital picture, it's a, you know, this kind of attitude to all of a sudden you're in the VR world in this, you know, beautiful, you know, Louvre or somewhere. And that you're seeing your NFT in a frame, you know, presented as a piece of artwork. All of a sudden the context will bring out the magic of it. So that's incredible.
Yeah, no, and the other
Awesome.
good thing is an NFT project, which is the most crazy part, because in order to get these galleries or these services, you need to own my NFT project. So all that utility, you are solving real problems, you are generating like jobs opportunities, you are giving value, all that is one NFT, more than just like a GAP file, which is like, yeah, it's a GAP file, but what you can solve with that GAP file, or you can make profits out of that, or you can solve problems, or you can generate jobs opportunities, or you can change someone's life with one NFT if it's a GPA file. So that's for me super important, that the value and the utility of the NFT.
That's awesome. Bringing that to a new level, man. That's brilliant. All right, Gabriel, thank you so much for taking the time. And by the way, do you know Alex Gray, the visionary artist? So Alex Gray, I went to his Chapel of Sacred Mirrors, or they were building it. I went to his gallery, which is there, and his artwork is exquisite in person. But I tell you what, that's one connection that if you can't make yourself, got some friends that can help, that I think I would love nothing more than to see that in one of your galleries.
Absolutely. Imagine having that 3D virtual version of that gallery that now, you know, people can reach like from all around the world, and we can get data analytics from those galleries. So we can see how many views and visits are getting.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. All right, Gabriel, I could talk for you forever. Same with every guest I bring on this thing. It's kind of the reason that Alex and I do this, I think, is so it's our excuse to get you guys in a corner and nail you with the questions and conversation. So appreciate it, man. Now, if you can stick around, stay here on the screen, and we'll bring everyone else on. If you guys are ready, we'll do a little bit of a quick Q&A with Alex. He's going to ask you guys some fun questions. And while we're just getting that set up, I want to do a shout out to Matreshka, who's been tuning in live. And Alexander Burke said, hi, Jess, with a wave in the YouTube stream there. So got a few people watching on YouTube. Awesome. And a big shout out to everyone that watched the replay. All right. Alex, it's all yours, my friend. This is my favorite part where I get to sit back and enjoy.
Thank you, my man. First of all, I would like to say that it was just awesome and pure joy to listen to you. And the background that you have is just so incredible. And that's why I would like to know your opinion. And how would you describe Zach in one sentence? So, Jessica, please, we'll start from you.
Oh my gosh, put on the spot. Approachable, motivational, and just an all-around good guy.
Awesome. So, Menajem, please say your version.
Zach is one of the most enthusiastic person I know. Like, like he brings so much good and positive energy, and he's always, trying to help out, trying to reach out. It's hard. Like, we had no idea what was gonna happen to DeSo. So, like, it's amazing that he kept trying and kept putting this thing together. So, like, perseverance, consistent. Thank you so much, Zach, again.
Awesome. Gabriel, so you've been there, you've been on CloudForm several times. That's why I need you to have a more complicated question for you about Zach. What character can you compare to Zach? I mean, it might be a book character, a movie character, doesn't matter. Or real person.
Wow. This movie from Joe Black, which is with Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Remember
About
that?
That's a good start. That's a good start.
What?
Yeah. This movie where there was a
Brad
death.
Yeah, the father of the girl, I can't remember his name, but that guy, he was like full of knowledge. He was like super, always like down to help people and share that knowledge. I think like, and also he's like amazing human being. So I think like that would be the if you know which character I'm saying, like you will kind of understand what I mean.
Am I right? This guy was played by Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. So, Zach, do you have something to answer to the descriptions?
I mean, it's so kind of y'all. Yeah, I mean, I really, really appreciate it. And I can say all the best things.
How would you describe yourself?
That's never the easiest question.
Yes, that's why I'm asking.
An optimistic ball of energy, just like a puppy, right? Doodles.
100% true. 100% true.
Not bad.
Yeah. So, guys, let's jump in and talking a little bit about Doodles Academy. Who's the funniest person in Doodles Academy?
I think Lisa.
Okay.
Another enthusiastic ball of energy. Lisa.
So who do you pick, guys? Gabriel picked Lisa and Jessica and Menajem.
Lisa.
Lisa.
Yeah, I agree.
Unanimously
I'll go
decision.
with the yeah.
And who's the most serious
My
one?
vote doesn't count.
Jessica.
Peter.
Peter.
Yeah. Worse for big.
when we see him.
Could you name the full name on account so everybody can know? Peter. What's his account?
What's his account? Hold on.
N?
Peter N.
Awesome. Thank you so much for helping me out. Whom would you trust to leave your kid for a weekend with among the Doodles Academy participants?
Grace.
Jessica.
Probably anyone, to be honest.
Yeah. I trust everyone enough. I don't
But
have kids,
who would
so
be the first person to call?
Doodles, because he would teach them. Make them part of the cohort, inclusive.
Awesome. Gabriel, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, those.
Yeah. Again, unanimously decision, right? But guys, let's be honest and let's have some favorites ones in your choices. Because Doodles is the organizer. He's not a participant.
Oh.
Yeah, you
No.
can't choose me any longer.
But I truly believe he appreciates your answers.
Then I will say Grace because he's Swiss. Swiss people are very trustworthy.
Awesome.
Mm. Kirsten Kirsten seems to have a good mother, like not a motherly vibe, but like I would trust her with my children, I think.
Awesome.
She
Thank you
would
so much.
keep them in line and feed them good food.
Cool.
I don't know
Gabriel, I know it's a hard question.
So you were a singer. I know you're gonna be successful in Thailand, bro.
Awesome. Okay, guys. My next question is a little bit similar to the previous one, but about another topic. Whom would you pick to write a speech when you'll be elected as a president, prime minister of your country?
Jessica.
So,
Oh,
For Colombia and the USA.
gracias.
Jessica.
your country. I don't
I
know,
accept. I accept the challenge.
Jessica. Okay.
I would
So-
choose Grace, just because he would add like a cool edge to the speech. It's like, hip and cool.
Yeah.
That's what I like in a speech.
Awesome. Good to know that you have a backup plan for the situation, for the scenario when you'll be elected, and you
Yeah,
have your
just
guy
letting you guys
for it.
know. Yeah, he's my understudy. Just letting you guys
Yeah.
know
You know, we all need to prepare in advance for it. You never know.
that.
Okay, guys, let's talk about Christmas. Christmas is approaching us very fast, and I want to know a few moments about it, and what's your opinion about it? So, the best gift you've ever got on Christmas?
Oh, I don't celebrate. I'm Jewish.
I think Menajem and myself will be lighting some candles tonight.
But truly, this is the question that everyone wants to know, because they are looking for something good to give to someone, and you can share what's the best gift was for you, and it can give them an idea.
I got one for you.
Free.
I got it in Hanukkah. It's these earphones that you don't put it inside your ear. So like they go here and like, I don't know, like all the Apple ones, they're annoying and they go inside the ear. So like this one's,
Wow,
I don't know if you can see it.
Interesting.
It's a really cool gift.
top-notch technology, man. Yeah. Vibration through skull, right?
Well, it's a aftershock.
I see.
Hmm.
Jessica, what was your greatest gift that you've ever received?
Well, the greatest gift I've ever received, which is the news last year that I was going to have a nephew, but that's not really something anyone can give. So I'm going to say the gift that I'm getting this year from my partner, which I haven't got yet, which is I don't even know the brand, but it's a camera so that I can make videos in Colombia, because I want to start being more active on YouTube. Because I have a YouTube channel, which I didn't mention before, which the plan is to start using video to market as well. And that's Comforted Swim. So yeah, he's got me a good YouTube, a little camera, like all the YouTubers have it, all the cool YouTubers.
And please give us a link to your YouTube channel, so we'll post it and try to promote it for you. Gabriel,
thank you. I will.
You've kept silence while everybody was talking, so it's your airtime to share about your best gift.
Man, an air fryer. When I got the air fryer, oh my God. That's the best gift that you can receive.
Awesome. And Zach, yours?
I like experiences. So like trips and stuff like that. So for my birthday this year, went fishing for my birthday. That's what my girlfriend had given me, and so that was a lot of fun. So yeah, rather than like a physical item, I always go for the experiences.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. My next question about the Christmas. If there weren't any restrictions on borders and you have enough time, you have support of your family members and everything you need to go anywhere you want on Christmas, what would be the place? What's the best place to be in on Christmas? So I'll give you 1 minute, 30 seconds to think. and then I'll start asking.
I got it. Seychelles. It's like a remote island of the coast of South Africa and Madagascar. So I just need a beach, some coronas, some beers, and some good people and good music, Latin music.
Wow. I need this to put in my list of wishes next time.
You have to watch videos of the island. It's amazing.
Oh, I'll need to watch it for sure. Thank you so much for mentioning it. Jessica, do you have an answer to it?
I guess I would have to say Colombia, because I've been with my partner for 2 years, but we've just been in lockdown the whole time. So we've not been able to leave Australia until now. And we're only allowed to leave like close to Christmas this year. But apparently December in Colombia is like so many more levels higher than Australia. We don't really like have a big Christmas vibe in Australia here.
Awesome. Yeah, the best place to be is to be with your dearest one. So.
Oh yes, and the family too is there. So.
Yeah.
Family and Christmas lights.
Yeah. Do you have the favorite place for it, Gabriel?
I will say the Angel Falls in Venezuela. That's unbelievable, man. Like, it's just like the best place.
Could you repeat one more time?
Angel Falls.
Wow.
Those are like the biggest natural waterfalls in the world.
Yeah.
Guys, you have Roraima, which is like, it is incredible.
Wow. Awesome, guys. You've mentioned just great, very excited place, and I've expected that you might be say something like Playboy Mansion or something like this as well. But anyway, I'd like to know the last opinion about it from Zach.
Yeah, so I mean, the honest answer is just anywhere with family, right? But family and friends. But if you're looking for like a specific place, somewhere what I like to do the holidays in the next couple of years. I really want to do the holidays in Rio over the next couple of years and enjoy like a New Year's Eve there. I've never done it, but it's definitely on my travel list pretty recently.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So guys, to close my segment up, I would like to ask you the most important question. And this is about Doodles Academy. I hope that you can be very honest and not hiding from me anything. What's the most precious advice lesson you've learned during the journey in Doodles Academy?
Oh, I learned about the bonding curve.
You learned about what?
The bonding curve.
How it works.
That's one. There's many.
Yeah, you chose the easiest answer.
Yeah. No, I learned about community. Like bringing people together. Like it's amazing. So many great things can happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've learned a lot of great stuff, and there are just too much of them. But maybe you have one favorite one.
And so while y'all think about that, I can bring in mine, which is more at like the holistic level. But Menajem had even touched on it earlier. When we launched Doodles Academy, I think that the price of DeSo was probably like $160. There was more daily active users. There was a lot more creator coin trading at that time. And then shortly after, there was that like kind of more of a luller period that started back end of August. And it's picking up again now, but that we did see throughout Q3. And so I kind of struggled with, okay, if we have a fraction of the total users, the fraction of creator coin trading, like what can we do? Like different kind of challenges that I had thought of, like wouldn't be applicable any longer, like different kinds of lessons like that would go on about like how the platform was like currently being used wouldn't go on any longer because like we've changed that, the platform's evolving every day. And so I really admire and really think everybody's like going along and like with the pivots and having it be like less structured than probably we had anticipated, because the roadmap kind of got like torn apart based on that. And so I learned a lot about like being able to pivot and the tenacity of people to like find what it is that they're looking for and help us drive in that direction.
Wow, thank you so much, Zach. You just said it so well. Jessica.
I've learned well, it's kind of just been confirmed that it's never really too late to do anything or try anything. Even if it feels like you've missed the boat or you're behind, you are still like a unique person with your unique skills and experiences, and so you can always try it. I think it's not too late to like get in and get amongst it in terms of content creation and networking.
Absolutely.
Knowledge.
Everyone should know that you are always green. You are always young for anything. Gabriel, Menajem, do you have one?
I got another one. I'll say, like, I guess emotional support, because it's kind of weird for all of us to have a coin attached to our name. So like, I guess it can affect the self-worth of people. So like, in that we spoke a lot on the chat, like supporting each other on the, like some people took the spaces, I wasn't on for like a few months because I didn't know what to do. It was kind of annoying for me sometimes with the creator price. I accepted that it was affecting me a bit. So like, I guess the support, like reaching out to people. So like I guess the sense of community and support, it's amazing. And, like, I guess now we're able to learn that, we don't have to attach ourselves to the coin price. Like the more people that come in, we'll be able to explain that to them, because I see on the news, so like on the articles that people write about DeSo, they always talk about like this, there's like a TV show like they write about, like this is like a dystopia, it's like people are gonna short like the coin price of another people, but that's not the reality, right? That's just in theory, but the things that happen with the coin price having attached to a name, like right now, I don't even think about it. Most of us don't even think about it. And, that's the lessons that we are able to teach people, like what to do with it. There's a lot of positive things that can happen. So that's something that, support that I learned.
Absolutely. It's called coin price self-resistant. So you can protect yourself from emotions when your coin goes up or goes down.
Right.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. This is what we all faced and overcome during our days of BitCloud, because back there it was really hard to perceive it non-emotional. But now we all know that the trick of the DeSo and BitCloud not only in this coin price, but in the connection that we made here and the possibilities that the platform as a technology provides us.
For sure.
Gabriel?
Yeah, I think like what I've learned on Doodle is like that, if you put like a group of people together, even though they don't have like, something relative, like, we are in different fields, each of us can add something that can create something unique if we work as a team. And also to always keep in mind that we need like help from people like them, because each of us has like different skills, so we cannot pretend that we can do everything ourselves. Because if you work as a team, at some point you need to do it to keep growing. You cannot do everything by yourself. So that's what I've learned on Doodles Academy, and working with all these incredible people together, learning from them. We are like, wow, okay, working together, we can learn from each other, but also build something amazing that is unique, because each of us is apporting something to that main reason. And yep.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing it. And to wrap it up, I would like to add that from my point of view, as I didn't have a chance, and nobody except you guys had a chance to visit, to attend, and watch all lectures that were on Doodles Academy. The one thing that I see as an outsider is for sure is that Doodles Academy brings some sense of unity for you, for all of 10 of you. And this is something great, I think, in terms of your future path and journey on whether it's on DeSo or wherever it is. Because I think you'll keep in touch long after the Doodles Academy and all the stuff that you're doing on DeSo. And I think this is the most important part that I see as an outsider of Doodles Academy, and that everyone can enjoy and get in the Doodles Academy season 2, maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. I'll let you know when some applications are out, but yeah, we would love that, Alex.
Oh, thank you so much. Guys, you're so amazing. Yeah, Gabriel, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, yeah. I wish I could stay another season.
Maybe as a lecturer, Gabriel.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Awesome. Guys, you are so amazing. It's just a real joy to talk with all of you. And I see how Doodles Academy and DeSo help you maybe to grow, I think. Because now Gabriel, you can consider him as one of the boss of the platform, and he has these top connections with Mafia on DeSo. And Jessica and Menajem, you are doing just great stuff. What I've learned today from you is just mind-blowing for me. And I have not enough words to share my excitement about you guys. So I'm going to shut up and give the floor to Mark.
Oh, I love you, Alex. I got to say, like you said, Gabriel, you can't do this alone. I've tried to do it most of my life to do it all alone. And Alex, you have been a godsend. So big shout out to you as well, Alex, for everything you bring to the platform. So thank you guys for being here. And because I know time is valuable these days, it's incredibly the most valuable thing that any of us have. So thank you for spending that time with us here. And to all the viewers, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, thank you so much. Please do make sure you're following these cats because they are doing amazing things. And just one last thing before we jump, Jessica, we had it's Aditya. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's one of our crew on DeSo that's very active and doing a lot for the community. And he was asked what his favorite top three books were. And of course, one of them that came up was The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I commented saying, see Mark Manson, and tagged him, we miss you on here. And so I wanted to just see if you happen to be in conversation with him, let him know we miss him. And It's Aditya actually wrote, damn, I didn't know Mark was here always. So he didn't realize he was even on the platform, and said, Mark Manson, your book was fucking amazing. And then in brackets, I know you won't give a fuck to this comment, but fine. So, pardon my French, but I wanted to give that little shout out to It's Aditya. He's been great. So.
And I'll add to that,
Nice.
Jess, I think you're going to have to do that because it's Aditya's birthday today. So yeah, that would be
Right.
that would be a birthday gift, right? But yeah, it's his birthday. We were celebrating over in the Chain Surf Discord earlier.
Happy birthday.
I definitely will mention it to him. He's we're going crazy at the moment. We've got a big new structure of our website. We're creating a school launching in January. So he's a bit crazy at this end of the year, but I will keep prompting him to use BitCloud if he, I'm sure he's still enthusiastic about it. And I will mention it too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, everyone. Muchas gracias. You guys are amazing. And tune in Thursday. What is that? 5 p.m. So it's 4 a.m. EST. So it's going to be the Euro crew we're going to have for Doodles Academy on. So we're doing this again with the rest of the Academy. So tune into that one, and we'll see you all on the platform.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care, guys.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Shaw.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, everyone.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Thank you.